Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some work today on the Mark III. I want to get the interior, the seats out before I bring it into the garage. Make sure there's no mouse nests under it because I found a nasty one under the cowl. Alright, now that we have the seats out, I guess it's time to struggle a little bit and push this thing in the garage so we can get cracking on it. So we'll close the trunk for now. I'll close it over, because once it goes inside we're going to keep it shut so the stink stays out of my garage while I tear this apart. And yeah, so let's go ahead and set up a time lapse and see how long this takes to do. Alright, looks like we are ready to start rocking and rolling here. We got the red donor here in the garage. I've already done the important things. Remember, when you bring a car like this that's sat for years in, check for nests. There's one in the rain tray. There are some scuzz in the car. So we got that all taken care of. And I'm going to show you why I like Mark III so much, because they are literally the easiest cars you could ever have to work on. Allow me to demonstrate. Voila! Whole front end comes off. No tools required. Just kidding. There's bolt here, screw, and then the same on the other side. And other than that, you have to take out two 13s that go here and here that hold the rad in place from the top, and unplug your main lighting harness. Whole thing, one shot. No headlights, no turn signals, nothing comes apart. Whole dang thing. And if you don't do it this way, you might be doing extra work. So just something to keep in mind if you have to take a Mark III apart. That is the way to do it, in my humble opinion. Alright, so I rolled it over by hand, and that worked. Doesn't feel like it has a lot of compression, but perhaps that's just from sitting. Alright, new day, new battery, new attempt. Alright, so first part of this journey is going to be making sure the donor works right, and currently it does not. So we did start it up, we let it run for a minute, tried to run it through the gears for a minute, and we have some codes. First thing we're going to look at is this one, P605, ROM error. I have done some reading and it suggests that the internal vacuum line could be bad. The external vacuum line is okay, so we're going to check the internal one and see what that looks like. The rest of these we will look at later. Okay. Always disconnect the battery, which I've already done. That's loose, and that's loose. Okay. Should be able to, ooh, of course, they fall right out. Awesome. Can you see that? Internal vacuum line is blown, and that's why it was faulting. So we're going to replace this, clear the codes, and try again. Alright. So, what we've done is taken a piece of silicone hose, and I've shaved it a bit to fit in here better, because it is fatter, and we have now replaced the problematic hose. And this should be fine with it. Do you guys see where it might have been leaking? That's hilarious. Now, what I'm going to do to prevent any to prevent any other possible issues while testing, is we're going to take this line that went to the ECU originally off, and we're going to put a silicone hose there so it's new. Alright, so since we already covered these codes, glow plug, okay, glow plug, TCC, charge pressure deviation, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and clear these faults. Okay, we'll clear them. We'll hang tight. I'm going to go start this thing up again as soon as this is done. Awesome. So I just rescanned it, no codes. So currently that's good. We're going to have a fault though because there's a leak here which is unmetered air because the mass air sensor is here and this dipstick tube is leaking. So we got to fix that because I know it has some. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Okay, cap is too small. Okay, we got a good fit here. Let's see if that runs any better. and we'll pop this sucker out, get the trans off, get it on a stand, and that's where we will continue this project. So for this operation, we're going to use a seat belt. Engine ahoy. Alright guys. As far as I'm concerned, that'll be sufficient. So, chalk that up as a job done. Now we need to split the transmission and the engine. And for that, we're actually going to put it back on the crane, and then I'll reposition the engine on the roller itself, I think. Engine is out, transmission is off. Now I will be able to, relatively speaking, clean up my work area here. And then we can finish taking the wiring out of the donor and get this thing out of my garage so I got room to work on this. I'll have a whole bay, which will be awesome. So until next time guys, get out there, get yourself some bonus parts, improve your car, and just get at it. Woo!